Didn't even ask me what I wanted.
Hey guys, welcome to Pink and Attitude.
I'm Jasenia and I'm 29 years old.
My name is Emily and I'm 25 years old.
I'm Mariah and I'm 29, about to be 30.
I'm Ria and I'm 26 and holding.
Ria.
26 and holding.
What it is. Let's start into, how do we all know each other? How do we come to be? How do we get here, guys?
Well, I know Mariah since like 20 years.
20 years, guys.
Yep.
We go back. We met at 10 years old in elementary school. So we've been friends for a really, really long time.
I just kind of got here by default. My husband, CJ, is her brother, her younger brother, and is her husband's best friend.
Me too, I just got here. Just kidding. I'm actually with Mariah's older brother. Mm-hmm. So this is pretty much a family affair, really.
Yeah.
It's really like a sisterhood, really.
Yeah. You guys got like a whole family. We just started our little nest.
Touch on what Emily just said, a whole family. I have 4 kids.
Love that.
Oh, I've got 2. Yeah.
I
I don't know
zero.
where they came from.
I
They are
have a
grown.
dog.
I have 2 cats. Those are my children right now.
Again, so it's all us. We're a big sisterhood. And within that sisterhood, we all came to be with this podcast because over the years, we've just grown closer. We've all become like best friends. We all do gatherings together, dinners, lunches, like whatever. And we all have a group chat.
Yeah.
Yes.
So in that group chat, we like to talk, and we like to talk a lot. And it gets pretty juicy.
We're going to spill the tea.
We're going to spill some tea. And we're going to spill some tea on your favorite celebrities. We're going to spill some tea probably about the city that we all live in. So if you live in our city and if you know us,
Beware.
Like, you might be a part of this. Hopefully we won't drop names, but if your name
Don't
gets
sue us.
dropped, then it is what it is.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It really
Like,
is.
we're going to keep it real. We're going to talk, and that's going to be that. But yeah, so again, in our group chat, once upon a time, a few weeks ago, we were talking about one of my favorite people, Ariana Grande.
Yep.
And I was just like, this is so juicy. We have to start a podcast. Is this a podcast? We're doing a podcast. And
It left the group
Yeah.
chat.
It left
It
the group
left-
chat.
It left the group chat. So we are here.
This is honestly like a big deal, the fact that it did, because I generally thought we were all gonna bail. I thought we were just gonna, that would be a great idea, and then just keep saying it was a great idea for the rest of eternity and never actually do anything about it. So I'm proud of us.
Can we
did this.
talk about how, like, just an hour or two before, like, how do we get directly, like, physically here now? Because you were talking about you changed your pants.
Yeah, I was wearing comfy pants. I actually fell asleep. I took a nap, you know.
Yeah.
And then the group chat went off, and I was like, you know what? No, we're doing this.
Yeah, I had to leave my house because if not, I was going to stay home. So I was like,
Which is
I'm coming.
crazy.
I live like 2 seconds away. So
You guys live the closest.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, I was hype all day. I woke up and I was like, it's podcast day. Like,
I was waiting in the group chat for somebody to be like, it's podcast day.
Me.
Because I was having a bad day. And of course it was Emily. We were all probably expecting Emily. Because I was having a bad day. Today was just a weird day. It was like a funk kind of day.
Right.
But then there's Emily.
not for me.
So
I woke up. I got my hair done.
Yes.
I was like, I need a new shirt. I went and bought a new sweater. I was like, it's podcast day.
Oh, that's
I took
right.
like 2 hours to do my makeup. Like,
it.
Yes.
Love it.
And that's Emily.
And they're
That's
pink.
her person. I'm
Very
not,
pink.
I'm not,
Her
yeah,
energy.
I'm not disappointed at all.
right. Why are we
So-
called Pink and Attitude?
That is the question.
Yes. So as you can see, Miss Pink over here, biggest smile, bubbly personality, and then this one over here as well, just giggles, laughing
It's just,
giggles over and
don't
over.
let this fool you right now. I was attacked by pollen today.
And then there's us. We
like
don't
I
even
said,
plan.
I had a day, and that's that. And
So you're in mourning.
basically yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm mourning today. I got a lot of stuff going on.
I always have an attitude. So, and I like black is my favorite color. So why not?
And gray is my favorite color.
So we
you mix
figured
well.
you have 2 very pink people and then 2 very like dark and like neutral,
It's a
chill vibes.
balance.
It is
It's
a balance.
balance.
This group
We're
is
a good
pretty.
mix.
I think I was talking with you guys about this yesterday, where our group, I feel like what makes it so great is we're all different, right? So Jasenia, born and raised in Florida, but your parents and your family,
Puerto Rican.
Puerto Rican. Me, I was born and raised in Puerto Rico, and I just moved to Florida, 6 years ago? And then Mariah.
Yes. And then me, I am Jamaican and mixed, black and white, from Maryland, but lived in Florida for the last like 20 years. So
And then we have Ria, who is...
Yeah. Oh, I'm Filipino. My kids forget that I wasn't even born here sometimes, especially when I start telling them about, I remember running water coming into my neighborhood. you know, and having like an actual shower. My kids are really shocked about that every time I retell the story. Because I got here when I was 11. I grew up in Florida, in Satellite Beach. Then I moved to Virginia, and then I came back, and yeah, here I am.
I feel like we all have such different experiences that some way somehow brought us here, and we're also in kind of different age groups.
Yes.
Regardless of what we said at the beginning of the podcast.
Real quick, I do want to shout out to Jazzy, my 10-year-old, because she came up with the name Pink&Attitude. And it just kind of made it work for us, and then it works for us. So shout out to you, Jazz.
Yes,
I love you, mama.
But yeah, we were talking about Ariana Grande and, you know,
Gremlin.
Mr. SpongeBob. And because Mariah was not aware of the whole story between Ariana Grande and SpongeBob, which is like a year old. They're like, where have you been?
Having babies.
Very true.
But
I think it happened in that same month that you had JJ too.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought it was like legit like a month ago, like recent.
No, that happened literally like in the summer, and people were destroying this woman.
Because that's why I thought then like Yes and came out, because she was like, all right, like it is what it is.
Yeah, I mean,
she's tired of them talking
six
about
months
her.
later.
Yeah.
This Ariana is something else, and
I just love her though. Like she's just so bad. Like you can't like and legit like it's crazy that I'm like defending her, but she's like yes and like say it with your chest. I don't care. I'm gonna live my life. Like it is what it is. You know, like she said yes and like she was like my business is mine, and yours is mine.
Imagine she did that to you with JJ.
Oh, there she goes.
Like you just gave birth to JJ. JJ being a month old.
I would break her twig self, but I mean,
But yes and.
then it's gonna be but
How the table
Miss
turned.
Ma'am.
but
Miss
she's
Ma'am.
Ariana.
That was
like,
messed up.
like come on.
I am going
She
to
is Miss
divide
Ariana.
the music and her. I like her music. Ariana,
I'd be skipping yes and. I'm not even gonna lie, because every time I hear it, it pisses me off.
No.
Because I'm just like,
your business is yours and mine is mine. Why do you care?
imagine she did that to you though.
But she wouldn't, because me and her would vibe. So
She held the baby when it was freshly born, while having an affair with
we're
him.
gonna have a lot of these conversations.
but see, okay.
She wouldn't care. She was vibing with the lady.
At the
and
end
she
of the
still
day,
did that.
that's SpongeBob's fault though, because
He was married.
Yeah. That.
Okay,
He was ma- oh,
but
she was married too,
also,
though.
every single person she's dated, she has literally taken from they have been in a relationship.
But she shackle and
Rhea?
chain them. Like,
Yes, because at this
No,
point,
they
like,
were like Ariana.
But why does
over,
she
like,
always-
Christina?
why does she always go for men that are taken?
Okay, I feel like Ariana doesn't know her true worth at the end of the day. Like she is.
Yeah,
up
that's
there,
why she's getting
gorgeous,
dragged.
But that's why she goes for dudes that she knows are like low level, like bottom. Like Pete, come on now, Pete, no, can't.
I like Pete.
You would like Pete, but no.
I liked
on a
Pete.
serious note, no. I feel like she can do so much better, but she
She's just
gets
bored.
bored.
She just got bored, and he
break
was
up with
probably
your girlfriend
around.
because she's bored. Like
People say that she legit has she might have like a thing where that's what attracts her when like a guy is taken.
Oh.
That's
I
kinda
think
like-
that's
that
she was
thing. That's
bored.
not
That's like her
okay.
work husband.
Yeah.
That- I feel like once Wicked comes out, yeah, when Wicked comes out and they do their premieres and they do their press tour, when it's all over, she's moving on.
Oh, 100%.
Oh, yeah.
So this is like
100%.
the press to forget
This
the movie
is-
started, and once the
you
movie
said,
comes
she's
and goes,
Yeah,
she's gonna
but-
be
but
like,
that still means she's a homewrecker.
no, for 100%, she still is.
Yeah.
Like that's his high school sweetheart that he was with
feel
him
for
coming
her. I
up.
do.
And it's like for her to do that and literally went and held the newborn baby and still held an entire affair with this man.
Well, I feel for the girl. I do. I feel for her. That's a horrible situation. Nobody wants to be in that situation. Like it's a horrible feeling.
Yep.
He shouldn't have done what he did. Ariana, you wrong. You are wrong, but you still my girl. Like your music is still like, I still love
Check out,
you.
leave it down in the comments. Leave it down in the comments.
Like,
Ariana, what side are you on? Whose side are you?
sorry,
Ariana's
you're
or
wrong.
or
You're wrong.
And the
yeah,
song is
but,
so good.
you
That's
know,
my thing.
So Salt and Pepper have a whole song that's called like
I
I'll Take Your
literally
Man.
found out about Salt and Pepper like years ago, like a year ago.
But like Salt and Pepper, they were the jam back in the 90s. Or
Oh,
80s,
that's why.
like the 90s. Yeah, and they have a whole
She
song.
said that's why.
They have a whole song called "I'll Take Your Man," and then there's J Lo. Did we forget about J Lo?
I don't like J-Lo.
Ooh, that's another topic.
J Lo's my girl.
I love J
I
Lo.
love J Lo.
She can't sing.
But-
I mean, she can't.
See the thing she knows.
I'm sorry.
She
She
can't
has
sing.
her
She
moments.
has to.
But
Love her movies. can't.
She fine though.
She's
She's
fine.
50
She
something
bad.
years old.
She
Girl,
bad.
I
Yes.
will still support you, but
Listen,
she
is
collecting
gorgeous.
rings like the Super Bowl. There's a new
Hello.
movie coming
Yeah,
out. It
she
looks like
has
The
a-
Matrix.
Yeah,
And it looks like
Really?
yes,
Yeah, it's
like
about herself.
it's about herself and her life, and she's going through like the dimensions, and she's
Yeah.
just
Well, her and Shakira at the Super Bowl. Fire.
They've been trying to
Beauty.
top that for years.
Beauty. They have been.
They've been
Yes.
trying to top that.
Because
Rihanna,
They
love
were
you.
fire.
That what?
Rihanna, I love you,
didn't
but
give.
that-
It didn't
Yeah,
give.
that
It
was-
didn't
Your
give.
work performance though was fire with the dudes like.
Yeah.
The
But
dancers-
we expected so much more.
but yeah,
and she. I mean, she
yeah.
when she was pregnant. Okay,
True.
Get
True.
it.
Okay.
But then again, she was all the way up all the way up here. She should just stay herself down here and just gave us a little bit more moves or something, because she was doing.
We could have overcompensated.
What?
Something else, like put something in the background.
I don't know.
Definitely
She could have
somebody
given it
could
more.
have been featured in there.
Yeah,
like, they could have came out with
there's
DJ
so
Khaled
many.
and
Drake.
Bryson Tiller, Drake.
Drake.
Where you at?
She could have
Drake.
sang Umbrella.
Maybe-
But Super Bowl,
Oh, they were together.
Usher is tomorrow.
Yeah.
U.S.
That is
H-E-R.
I saw something that said that Alicia Keys was at the practice rehearsals. for
Yes, and I heard
So-
Justin Bieber is in Vegas.
I'm just waiting for Taylor Swift.
Saying, I'm there for the 29 seconds that they will show her on screen, and to see all of the Chads and Brads get upset about it. That
Okay.
after performing all these nights, she is flying from Japan all the way to freaking Las Vegas, which is a tiring flight in itself, just to see her mans.
And people have a problem
She
with it. Why?
deserves.
I have no
She
idea.
deserves that camera time. I literally want to turn it on to be like, is she there? I bet. Bye.
I've never had a Super Bowl party before, so and I'm offering to have a Super Bowl party because
Just for
of
Usher.
Usher and Taylor Swift as well. As you can see, we have Swifties in the building.
Yes.
We're all. I'm a
Guess
low level.
spot the Swifties.
I'm a facts. Okay, let's do
What'd
this.
you say?
I already
Spot
told
the
you I'm low
Swifties.
level, but who's the biggest Swiftie in here? If you can tell, like put it in the comments. But yes, the Super Bowl. So with that, I wonder how many people on Travis Kelce's team, like, because obviously he's excited. He's gonna root for his girl. He's gonna boost her up and all that stuff. But a part of me wonders if he is like mad in any kind of way or gets jealous and his teammates too, because they're boosting up the whole team and like everything's around Taylor Swift. But these men put in like hard work and years of dedication. So it's like, are they hating on her or are they like welcoming her?
That was her
Or I
ex.
wonder- Huh?
That was her ex.
Yeah, that was Joe.
That was Joe.
He was a
Joe.
hater.
Joe was her ex. They were together for quite a while. And
Taylor Swift's ex?
Yeah.
Yes.
Who played football?
No.
Oh, then
No,
who's
no, no.
Joe?
Like, sorry,
Hold
let
on.
me explain. As far as like insecure man because she's very successful and brings attention to him because of her success, that was her ex, not Travis. Travis, I cannot expect this man to be that way.
Yeah, Travis
He has his
is-
own podcast
Yeah.
with his brother because
Yeah.
his brother also plays football. Look at how much I know about football now.
Yes.
Um,
He plays for the Eagles. Go Birds, they said.
we love him. He is America's sweetheart. Don't remember his name, but
Jason.
he's Jason.
And-
Jason Kelsey.
Jason Kelsey.
If I'm wrong,
Jason Kels.
It's Kels.
Kels.
I learned things.
He's had a crush on Taylor Swift for
Forever.
eons.
Jason.
No, not Jason.
Oh.
Travis.
Okay, I did
Travis.
hear that. Yes, I
He's
did
had
hear
a
that.
crush on her forever. And one of the things that makes always like the fans happy about him is the fact that any interview, there's going to be an interviewer that asks him about Taylor Swift. Like, and unlike Mr. Joe, he's actually always happy to talk about her, and you can see like he's like, no, like that's why our relationship is as good as it is, because we love supporting each other, we love seeing each other's success, we love seeing each other like just hype each other up. And entire team has done things like they'll make like friendship bracelets, they'll like their PR team has recorded them like, oh, what's your favorite Taylor Swift song, and they'll all talk about it. Like, I think they've actually kind of loved the attention a little bit because it's brought a new audience to it.
We're Swifties, so we know all about Taylor Swift. But the thing is, if in sports, Travis Kelce, they have 2 Super Bowls. They have 2 Super Bowl wins. I know this. Yeah, so he is a star in his own right. So he's a very confident man. I love a confident man because he is very supportive of her, and she could finally be a short girl.
Yes.
Tell him.
I've been seeing and like reading stuff about like how dads are bonding and spending more time
Yes.
with their
They
daughters
made a commercial about
on
it.
this. Yes, which I think is like so cute because you have like the little Swiftie girls who were already dragging their dads to the concerts and the movies speaking on this stuff.
The
But then now,
concert
like, the
dads.
dads can be like, yeah, it's like football season, and like get their girls little matching jerseys, and they can just spend time. And I just think that that's like really,
Now they
really
can bond
cute.
over it.
Yeah.
I don't
Bond
understand the
over
hate.
it.
I don't understand the hate.
Taylor Swift is an amazing artist. She's an amazing singer. She deserves the credit. Like, I didn't go to the concert, but watching the movie or the concert in movie form and all that stuff, I became a Swiftie.
The Chads and Brads are the people that are ignorant.
Okay, yeah, so y'all can go somewhere, Chads and Brads, okay? But the daddies who are being with their daughters and running with this and all this, I'm like, take it and run with it and support it and just have fun with it.
Yeah.
Shake it off.
Yeah.
No, that's right. That was a good one.
We also just had the Grammys a week ago,
Oh god.
which are very interesting.
I didn't even watch the whole show. Like award shows nowadays are just like performances aren't
I don't know
doing it
half
for
of the
me.
people.
There was some lady up there. I'm sorry to whoever you are, but snooze, like tomatoes, boo. Because I was like, I don't even know who you are. You're like an old lady singing up there in the chair. I'm sorry. I don't know who it is. I'm sorry.
I muted it a lot. I muted a lot.
Yeah, I feel like clearly nowadays the younger audience is now what drives either like the content blowing up or anything like that. It's being driven more by young people. Like young people are the ones tuning in.
Yeah.
So, you know, and no offense, but why are we still catering to the older generations who aren't likely to stay up till 11 p.m. to watch the Grammys instead of to the younger generation that's actually going to post about it on TikTok the next day, talk about it on Twitter. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, have more interaction of it.
Like
The performances, right? So a lot of the performances were honoring older artists, which while I do love that, they did that a lot. Like, I feel like we only had like 2 to 3 performances. Like, we had SZA, we had Miley Cyrus, we had Dua Lipa as far as fresh or currently popular artists. It's just that, like, I feel like if you're trying to draw more attention and get more views, like, you should cater more to the audience that it's not gonna kick
I
in
feel
20
like
years.
with the Grammys, though, the Grammys is like more of like a classic award
Yeah, I
show.
think
Like,
that's why.
I think MTV Awards
like the
and
VMAs.
like VMAs, that's more like
Oh, yes,
poppy.
yeah.
The younger and fresher crew that be with all that demon time stuff, no. Like y'all and like what's her name, Doja Cat and all that. Like I can't anymore. Like no,
She was
it's
good
over.
when she started.
She was good when she started, but now it's
I don't know
crazy.
what
now.
happened.
Y'all are getting
But
out
like
of
Little
control.
Nas,
A lot of
I'm
hands.
sorry.
Like
and
with the
she's-
horns
sorry.
and all that. Like y'all are bugging.
But I won't give Miley Cyrus her flowers.
Yes.
Miley
Like,
Cyrus.
Miley Cyrus was the star of the show.
Yeah,
that
she
was
was
about
100%
time.
came-
That was
yeah.
about
She
time.
deserved that.
100%.
She been deserved that.
And
She got 2. Those are her first 2 Grammys.
Yes,
ever.
and her performance was amazing. She said, "Get up, y'all know this song."
yeah.
Get up.
And she made sure that we knew she was singing live.
You know it.
And that was her. That was her voice.
And she
That
looked
was-
good.
Yes.
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 She
Did
looked amazing.
inspire a lot of us to go to
Amazing.
the gym.
Yeah,
We
she
go
looked
way
amazing.
back with Miley. Go Hannah Montana.
Yeah. Literally, like, I was obsessed with Hannah Montana.
Yes.
We also had Jay-Z's speech when he went up and he got his award. I feel like it
So-
was very interesting.
I don't know why he brought Blue up there. 'Cause Blue was looking confused. She's like, "Why am I up here?"
Tradition.
She
Tradition.
should have stayed with her mom because she looked around like, "Dad, what is you doing?" Because he was acting. I don't know.
I think what he said definitely had, it was very valid because, for eons, the Academy Awards has been doing African Americans dirty, like, as far as, like, very well-deserved awards that went to other people.
Chris Brown.
So many artists, and I understand him mentioning, Beyonce and how many Grammys she's won. But I just feel like I saw this TikTok, which brought a great point of, he now says, oh, she's won the most Grammys out of anybody, but she's never won the Grammy for Best Album of the Year. What does that mean? Like, what does that tell you, right? And while what he was saying is valid, how is it going to be now if next album of the year, the one she releases a new album, does go to her? Like,
They probably feel bad for
did
her.
she win it because she deserved it? Or did she win it because he said something, so they felt like they had to give it to her in order to contradict what he now said? So I feel like he took that away from her.
I feel like if her album was the best, it should have won. It just maybe just wasn't the best during that time.
I feel like it kind of ties into the topic of like the younger generation, the older generation. Like Beyonce she's fire, she's bad, she's a legend. But you have the 12, 13, 14-year-olds who aren't going to really, cater to her and relate to her. They relate more to Taylor Swift.
Correct.
So in the sense, too, with, like, her movie and everything that came out, her concert, it kind of came around the same time as Taylor Swift. But I'm sure it didn't do near, like, I haven't even seen it yet. And the promotion for it was crazy. It wasn't there.
It was inexistent.
Exactly. Versus Taylor Swift's audience. So it's like, if she does, I feel like they will look at it and be like, let the people judge. And right now, the people judging are all these little kids and teenagers on their phones, who are going to be like, Beyonce's was cool, but nah.
I also don't really know much about what goes into all the actual voting and selecting. I'm sure there is some unfair advantage, because you can't tell me that throughout all of these decades that really, like, African Americans haven't done enough to win awards. Like you said, like Chris Brown, we're talking about Usher, like artists that we know and love, that we're, and I'm saying, I feel like there is validity and there has to be something that is preventing them from winning those awards.
Or
when we're all like, because he did say, some of you may feel robbed when somebody else wins the award. Some of you will get robbed, and that is very true, because sometimes they get some awards and you're like, who is this?
He said, too, like, some of y'all don't even belong in the category.
Exactly. I believe that.
That's 100%.
I feel like that's 100%.
100%.
Yeah.
He was very real. Like, everything he said wasn't out of place. I just feel like because he threw Beyonce in there, like, oh, she's won this, and they're like, she could have been left out of the conversation just so that she wouldn't be in the position of, like, if she does win now, was it because she deserved it, or was it because he flat out said, y'all haven't given her album of the year, and that makes no sense.
I feel like with that one, he was probably being a supportive spouse, a supportive husband. Like, two, like, Beyonce's not getting any younger. She's older. She just had a huge, like, world tour. She just had her movie. She just, released albums and stuff. And it's like, how much longer is she going to keep going and working and putting in all that to finally, like, get that Grammy? So maybe he was kind of like,
give her
she's
flowers.
raising 3 kids, she's doing all this, like, give her stuff, like, it's about time. She's been doing this since she was a teenager. Like,
She's over 20 years.
Yeah, she's on top. Like, she is up there as one of the greatest artists, of all time. So.
Yeah, I do get that. It's just one of those things where it's like, because of the position that they're in and the impact that their words can have, I feel like it could be a little different. I feel like his entire speech was it was perfect, except the fact that I just don't know how that would have translated to her in specifically, because she looked lost. She looked like, what?
Yeah, she was caught
What
off.
are you? Exactly. So
Kanye's a mess too, so
I can't even.
saying.
I can't even talk about this.
I like that song.
I can't.
I didn't know that I like it, but
I don't know that song.
North made a song.
Oh, okay.
And
I
she's
happen to
definitely
like Kanye, so.
Kanye's kid for sure.
Yeah, I just
and I
saw
know Kim is just that's her. Yeah. That's the one that's gonna keep her grounded.
Yeah, for sure. It's Kanye's kid. You can tell. I do like Kanye though, but stop tripping.
I don't like Kanye.
You see his wife? She would be walking out butt naked.
Yeah,
That girl.
Butt naked.
it's like
That's
She'd
sad.
be acting crazy.
sometimes he'll say something that's very profound, right? And then I see his outfit, and I'm like, no.
Listen, since the MTV Awards of 2009, I do not like Kanye.
We all know why. I mean, I agree, but yes.
And then
should have had them.
and then we have the debacle of 2015. Yeah, that's gonna be a no for me.
I still listen to Stronger.
Yeah, old
That's
Kanye.
it.
I vibe with.
Yeah, old
That's the
Kanye.
only song I know.
Yeah.
Shout out to CJ,
Shout out to you.
our IT.
My man's being a grandpa at home because he was like, "Do you know what time it is? You're leaving the house now."
It's 11 p.m.
Yeah. And I'm like, babe, we used to go out at 11 o'clock.
Facts. Oh my gosh.
We would be up all night.
I only had that phase for a very small amount of time. Pretty
I
much
used to
we're
go
just
out
in there.
all the time.
Yeah.
At this time. At this time, I used to be getting ready to go out to get blacked out.
Pretty much.
Now these chicks don't even want to come out on a weekday night. Okay, they're all talking
That's
about
a
we're
weekday.
tired.
We
got
work.
work.
We got work tomorrow.
I wake up
We're
early.
corporate. We're corporate girlies.
We'll work. What time do you work?
No, I get
depends.
that. I
Yeah,
understand
between
that.
7:45, 8 o'clock.
What time do you work?
I get
I wake
that.
up at 6, so I have to wake up at 5. But my husband wakes up at 3 in the morning.
And I'm up. Go ahead.
And I work at 8 a.m.
And I'm up breastfeeding at 4, 6, 8, 12.
And
all that.
how many naps do you get to take during the day?
None anymore.
Anymore?
Anymore.
There was a time where you could.
I've
I've never heard such a
I
thing.
was having the life sucked
I've
out
never
of
seen-
me. I needed to nap. Okay.
We're at work. You're with your children. You get to smile and mean it. So you don't smile when JJ smiles?
Oh no, that'd be tiring.
I have my
Look at me with a
moments.
straight
I
face
have
and tell
my
me you
moments.
don't smile
No, I
when
have
JJ
my
smiles.
moments. But there's a study that says that like stay-at-home moms is equivalent to like 60 plus hours.
I believe stay-at-home
I
moms
believe it.
work way harder than
Yeah.
people that actually go to work.
So with that being said, I'm just saying like when I'm like, yo, like I get a night out, maybe I might
we
be
go.
like we
I'm
gonna
down.
take this.
I
to
go.
night.
I'll go. I'll go if you plan
I
it.
go.
We just gotta
They gonna be in there like, right, it's 11:45. We gotta go. Like,
No, we're gonna go out and we're gonna party.
We're like 90s music or like 2K
me too,
music,
me too.
and then country, non-country. Like we
Let me tell you
have,
something.
I don't
we
know,
have
Carissa.
those rhythms,
I mean,
and then there's
Dolly.
me just messing it up with being born in August. But I'm a Virgo, so
Mariah's making me go making us go line
That'd
dancing.
be fun. That would be
Line
fun.
dancing
you see what I
It's
mean?
going to be so
Country,
much fun.
country.
Well,
not
no,
country, not
I'm
country.
just down for a good time. Plus, I have really cute boots, and I really want
yes,
to wear
and
them.
I got some cute boots as well.
Yeah.
And line dancing. If you have
It's
not
all about
gone
the
line
outfit.
dancing, go line dancing.
And
I
we
know.
are gonna
I
buy
know. Pop
boots
it, lock
and
it,
return
poke
it.
it, dot it. That's all I know.
Yes.
Hannah Montana.
All I can say is I was inspired at about 5 or 6 years old when I saw a movie that I probably shouldn't have seen at that age, and this was Coyote Ugly. And
Oh
it
my
was
God,
in that
yes.
bar, and
I
they
feel
was
you.
kicking them drinks.
Yes.
And then I actually went line dancing for the first time like a few years ago, fell in love with it, and ever since then I've been wanting to go back. I've gone like 2 or 3 times, and it's a vibe.
I can't follow. I mean, I have rhythm, but I cannot
I've
follow
never seen you dance.
actual choreography.
Same here.
We're gonna practice and get at least 5 dances down, so we can go in there. We're gonna look fire.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we can't go in there looking fire, but then they like, yo, these girls get off the dance floor because y'all know how to dance.
No.
So
Right, we talked about
Liquid
doing it on a
courage.
Friday instead of on a random Wednesday.
we can do it Friday. I'm fine with a Friday.
Okay, we're gonna
If-
do it Friday night.
If I can get the kids to sleep, because like tonight, I hope JJ's sleep and not if they're screaming. But if he's asleep, I'm out. Like we can go. I'm game. Even I was thinking like, yo, what if like the kids are still sleeping? We go tonight, like after the podcast. That would be so much fun.
Let me know.
But that's
I'll
probably
leave-
not gonna happen.
Aw.
So
I'm just looking at her like,
I was like, wait, I didn't bring
and
my
that's like it's not
outfit.
in the planner.
I'm
It's
looking
not-
I'm looking at you like that's a thought.
No, if Mariah says she gonna go out, I'm gonna take advantage.
Yes.
Yes.
And I'm
So-
very spontaneous. So
Were you inspired by Beyonce and her look at the Grammys? Is that it?
Oh, she did dress
I
up.
mean,
like
she
a-
did.
I didn't like that outfit.
I wasn't
See, it
feeling
really
it.
said
I wasn't.
yeehaw.
Wasn't your
Very
favorite look?
beautiful woman. She really is. I have loved.
She can wear
Beyonce's
whatever she
look
wants.
forever. It's just that the outfit was not doing it for me.
It
I'm
wasn't.
sorry.
It
Like,
wasn't.
Blue looked so cute.
Yeah,
did.
blue. Oh yeah, blue is grown to herself.
With that, maybe she was trying to because she was looking like cognito, like she was like
She
in the
was
back.
hiding a little
So
bit.
maybe she was trying to let Blue take
With
the
a
light,
blonde wig
you know?
and a cowgirl
Maybe
hat.
she was like, Blue, I'm a hide, mama. You do your thing, baby.
She's
Like,
Beyonce. She has no hiding.
Blue did like she was like the highlight of the whole concert. And
She
so
was.
She came out doing her little dances. And so maybe Bae was like, oh, you know, have your spotlight, mama, at the Grammys.
For what?
That's why Jay-Z
Her
brought
husband took it away.
her up. For what? Oh,
Her husband
Oh.
took that spotlight
Oh.
away.
Oh, she's firing all
Well
kinds
then.
of shots. Like
you know what Taylor Swift did? She didn't say hi to Celine Dion.
I saw that. I did
I-
see that.
Celine Dion?
Doesn't she have like a
Yeah.
health condition though?
yeah, that's
but
I,
like,
She-
doesn't
Alisa-
wanna be
Alisa,
touched?
Thank you. She said, "Girl, give me my Grammy." My
Oh,
Celine Dion,
full
baby.
Best album of the year.
Sorry
Grammys.
to you, but Taylor should have.
She'll be alright.
We're apologizing on
Yeah.
Taylor's
Yeah,
behalf.
because so
She
sad.
The
lost-
younger generation not
She
respecting
brought-
the older generation.
She brought Lana.
Okay,
to
man,
the
that's an
stage.
entirely different conversation. Like, I don't feel like Celine was like, "Oh, woe is me." Like,
That's
it's
just us,
Celine
but-
Dion.
It's Celine Dion.
Like, Celine Dion does not care what Taylor Swift does.
I watched it very closely. Because I saw her interactions with everyone. Because Taylor Swift acted like she was still at a football game. Did
Yeah,
you guys
she was- she
notice
was
the
acting
way she
wild.
like
Manhandled him? Yeah.
manhandled
Yeah,
Jack
she
and all
was
that? Like she was at a football game. I think she forgot for a second. But I watched closely her interaction with Celine Dion. But I'm just gonna say that she didn't mean that.
I feel bad for Lana.
Yeah. Yeah, why
I'm
was she
not-
on stage?
Because Taylor Swift just brought her up.
Who's Lana Del Rey?
Jesus
I know,
Christ.
I know,
She's
I
her best-
know
one of her
her,
best
but,
friends.
but isn't she
She's
like
the
a
one that
singer or
sings
something?
the Great Gatsby song.
Summertime, summertime sadness.
Okay, all right. So I do know her. Okay, I got
Well, she lost album of the year as well, and she dragged her out. You gonna come and celebrate regardless.
Both nominees for Best Album of the Year, but Lana lost, Taylor Swift won.
But if they're best friends,
They are best friends. They
but
went
you
there
should- you can see
together.
the video, like her face was like, "Don't."
Her
bring me
face
up
is like
there.
that all the time. though,
Yeah, but
to be fair,
I would have been like,
I've
"Don't."
never seen this woman
Yeah.
be.
I would have been like, "Get your hand off of me." And go.
Lana was a part of this album. She literally has a song on this album with her, and she went with her and with Jack Antonoff, which was a writer on this album. And she shouted her out. She said, like, because of you, we get to be who we are because you're such an amazing artist. So it's not like she just brought her there, was like, oh my gosh, I'm so amazing, and then dipped. Like, she generally was like, I'm bringing you here because I want people to know that you are one of the reasons that so many female artists get to be who they are in music.
I just know that when we were naming songs for Lana Del Rey, that my daughter will be very disappointed.
Why she likes her?
Yeah, loves her, and I could only name one song.
Yeah, I don't know any
My
song.
bad.
Did you guys ever get any crazy gifts for any people in high school? Boyfriends,
Oh my
past
God.
relationships.
I probably just got like
Oh, she just
teddy bears,
it
flowers.
just
No.
hit her.
I'm not gonna name names, but when we were like younger, and I might have been like 13 or something, and our moms worked together, and I remember him coming over to our house, knocking on our door, bringing balloon, like a little teddy bear. And apparently our mothers knew that he went to the store and bought all this. And I was so embarrassed because this is like the same kid I run around and play with, like in the neighborhood, and like hide and seek and tag. And I was like, this is so gross. Yeah, no. I was mortified.
The
So
basic
only me.
balloon, basic flowers that you get in high school. It's like, oh, like if they didn't come with the stuff, I'm
The
like,
giant stuff.
I'm breaking up. Yeah.
like showing it off in school. And see the
You
girl
gotta show it.
walking.
You know what I mean? Like
with
when you
all this
show it off,
crap
if it's
all
your
day.
birthday, you gotta bring the stuff. It's nothing
Yeah,
crazy.
I didn't have that experience. No.
So high school, you never had any?
No, I just wasn't the girl.
Yeah.
I'm a late bloomer. That's what I mean, I'm just saying, I'm a late bloomer. And next thing you know, I had like a baby already, so it was like over. It was like I bloomed and it was over. You know, and then I feel like I gotta redo in my 30s. Okay, so I revealed myself. But I feel like there was a portion, like, I tell Angelo all the time, like when we met, I felt like a portion of me was paused at a certain age. And like somehow he and I connected there, and I feel younger than what I really am.
That's good.
So so
Love that.
I just feel like I got a do-over. If you want to stay young, you gotta date young.
Whatever.
We look at you guys.
I know. So, hint to all of our men watching this.
Yeah, babe.
Get your girl some stuff. Make her feel special. It doesn't even have to be on Valentine's.
I just want
in general.
flowers.
Like, for the women like us who never had a special, giant, big occasion and all that stuff, like, do it. Like, you know, when you see those videos on like TikTok and the girl opens the door and there's balloons and like
I had
flowers
that
on
once.
the floor and like all this stuff. Like,
But-
do it for your girl. Make her feel special in any type of way. My anniversary is next month. And so,
No, yeah. I feel now that I think about it, Yamil has done that.
okay.
He puts petals on the floor. That's when I got my earrings and like stuff like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, he
That
does
makes
do
it-
that.
That's the thing.
Yeah,
Listen,
he
put
does
it on
really
a
good.
calendar. Put like, okay, on February 3rd, I got her
She's the planner,
flowers.
by the
like,
way.
Next
The
month.
biggest
She
planner.
said put it on
Like,
the
don't let it be
calendar.
more than a month without getting your girl flowers. Like, it's 2024. That's disgusting. Come on. Like, get it together. If she can literally make your life run, because that's what we do, because we just do that. Honestly, I don't know who did that to us. I want out. But we do so much for each other. Sometimes that extra gesture, and you know, we like that crap. Like we do. We eat it up.
I like when you get me stuff and I don't ask for it.
Exactly. Like don't
And
wait.
don't let it just be food. We don't want to get fat.
Oh dang!
don't
I was about to
get
say
fat.
I love when he brings me food. I don't know about y'all, but when he comes home with some French fries or or like an ice cream or like a Dunkin' Donuts,
Yes.
I eat it up.
Okay, so
Whatever
now
pertains to your
Easy.
relationship. Whatever pertains to your relationship.
We love a surprise coffee. We love a surprise cookie and a donut. That's great. But we also love flowers. We also love a nice balloon, a card, a handwritten
We're
card.
romantic.
It's
Something.
5
Like,
minutes.
don't get just so comfortable in your relationship where you think you don't have to work for your relationship anymore. Like, we all have to put in work into our relationship all the time. So if we're putting work into our relationship, you put in work in the relationship, so that the relationship stays a relationship and it's not a situation.
Yeah.
That goes
Ooh,
both ways
ooh,
too.
she said that. She said that in one breath.
Yeah, and that goes
That's
both
what I'm
ways
saying.
too, you know, because obviously we don't want only the men to be the one putting in work. Like,
Oh, yeah, for
us need to be putting in work too, like making sure, like, hey, like, we
Yes, I'm gonna get it
And we
again.
will happily, like, I would
Yes.
love, like, I will throw on some lingerie. I will,
Yes.
I will cater.
We're
some
grown.
dinner.
We're having grown
We are
conversations.
grown. This is good. Like, I will cater.
100%, but it has to be a
cater
give
to
and
me
take.
too.
Exactly.
Like, and I appreciate a card. I appreciate a coffee. I appreciate just
And don't ask.
flowers.
Oh my God, don't
flower. I
ask.
appreciate the trash being taken out. I appreciate.
Say it, girl. Speak your
Say it with
truth.
I appreciate.
Take the trash out.
Little things.
I mean, when we come
But
back,
I
I'm gonna have a clothes
appreciate
on.
the big things as well.
There's also a
make it a
thing
thing.
about like getting out of the ordinary. Like, this is something me and CJ actually talked about a while ago. You know what I mean? Like, there is things that are just day to day. Like,
Yeah.
every week the trash has to get taken out. Every
Yeah.
week clothes has to be washed and folded and put away, and somebody has to take care of food and so. Like, those are day to day things. Those things don't count. The things that count is like, oh, you know, I was out and about and I went to the gas station and I saw that they had your favorite candies, so I brought you your favorite candies.
Yes.
Mwah.
Yes.
$2.
Like, you
$2.
thought about me in
It
that
costs
moment.
you something that makes us feel like you thought about that person.
Exactly, yeah.
Same thing with
That's
the guy. It's like, hey, I was in this area and I know you love, like, for example, like CJ. Like, if I were to go, I don't know, hey, I got you oatmeal raisin cookies because he loves oatmeal raisin cookies, because it shows him that I was thinking about him, right? And same thing here. Why did you go to Walmart and didn't get me gummies, bro? Like,
You know what else?
like
is
we
something
noticed.
I think about too, like in the beginning, and I'm sure this happens in about like 90% of relationships, maybe even more, and probably all in our relationships. I actually probably know this happened in all of our relationships. In the beginning, you get those good morning texts. You get those, what are you doing? How are you? I miss you. When am I going to see you? I'm coming over. Da da da. But now that we're all like married and live with our spouses and all this stuff, like it doesn't happen anymore. But because like they know where we are, we're home. They know what we're doing. We're at home. We're doing this and that. Like just because you know doesn't mean you can't slip in there. Like, oh, I miss you. I can't wait to see you later. Oh, like let's hang out. You know, like let's watch our favorite show later. I'll buy dinner. Like just little cutesy stuff like that that goes above
Same
the
effort.
ordinary.
We cutesy
that
over
little-
here.
Like, we're cute. We want you. Damn it.
You will text me every day. Good morning. So I can't
We cutesy at our
I
house.
understand what you're saying, though.
Yeah, I feel
understand
like
what you're saying.
like because Jesse still texts me too, like good morning, and
No, I feel
he'll be like, "Are you up yet?" and stuff like that. That's cute. That's great. But
But
like
it's still a
also,
little
I'm out here
the
like, wake
little
your ass
extra, the little extra, like, oh, I missed you, or even like occasionally, I know because I'll be up and like I'll hear Jesse getting ready and stuff, and occasionally like I'll like fake still sleep and he'll kiss the kids and then he'll kiss me too. But then it's like there's a kiss on the forehead, but then there's like the actual occasional like he kissed me on the lips while I was asleep. Like that's adorable. Like that melts me. Like I'm gonna sit there like dead because I'm like kiss me again, please. Like it's so cute to me, and so it's like that little effort. Like keep that going. It's so cute. Like
I do have a rule with Yamil.
Not a rule. I want to say a rule. Sorry, not a rule. But since he goes to work earlier than me, he knows that he has to kiss me every morning. And the way I know that we're fighting is if when he doesn't kiss me in the morning. So like I know when we had like a little argument and he doesn't kiss me, or he goes like, I'm like, oh, we're still gonna argue when I wake up then I guess.
like that petty little kid.
Yeah,
Guess it's
so
not over.
I won't text you till 1:00.
So that's how I know how our day is gonna go. But it's always kisses, so we're good.
I guess in my case, we have to get over it. We work together.
It's true.
We work the same schedule, so we wake up at the same time. Well, same time is a stretch. I wake up, and then I have to wake him up, and that's an entire ordeal. Then we have the same drive, work the same shift, work in the same building.
That's a lot.
Same.
You know what's funny? I feel like a lot of people are always like, how do you guys handle like working together, living together, and then our free time is spent with one another? No.
Well, she said,
So we want to kill each other. Sometimes.
we bicker and stuff, but we actually like, and I think it's because when we met working together.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Like to us, that's like the norm, and it's weird when we're not working together. So to us, it's like normal.
Yeah.
It's actually
used to
weirder
being
to like
together.
not understand when because we've worked separately in the past. It's weirder not to understand like the people he's talking about when he gives me work tea, because like work tea is the best. It's weirder not to. It is. It's weird when we're not working together and I can't relate to whatever is happening. Then when we are working together, it's better because we can be like, oh my God, can you believe what the did today? Like I cannot comprehend, and I'm like, yeah, we know that person is how they are.
Can I just say, now that we're in this together and doing all this together, like we technically have work tea when it comes to a certain somebody in the group chat. I'm not gonna name names. But yeah, when we talk about this certain somebody, it's like, oh my God, this person did that, this person did that. Oh, no way. So we got juicy work tea when it comes between us two in the back. You know who? We ain't gonna name
Miss
names.
Ma'am, do I know?
Miss Ma'am.
Oh,
You
do
know
I know
Miss
what's going on? Do I
Ma'am.
know what's going on?
You know
She
Miss
doesn't.
Ma'am.
I know what's going
You
on.
know Miss
I'll be
Ma'am.
We're not gonna drop names on the
I'm
first
here.
night, on the first podcast,
I'm
but
here.
Yes, but we got some work tea between. And when we mention work tea, we what?
Wait,
Yes,
all
and we
our
go
eyes.
in.
Yeah, so it is that weird thing where like in our case, like we have to get over it because you stuck with me. Like I know in relationships that is still the mindset, like you're gonna have to get over it or we're gonna have to work through it eventually. But for us, it's literally like, what you gonna do?
Tell you.
What you gonna do? Here I am. There you are. Where are you gonna go?
Walk home.
What are you gonna do? We're gonna get over it in like 5 minutes because we gotta walk in that building and pretend like we are okay.
That's funny.
We gotta walk in that building like we're good, and eventually somewhere in there we actually are gonna be good.
From home for me, that's the one thing I can say. Like when I'm emotional or going through something, like I don't gotta smile for nobody. I will be in my house pissed off as I want to be. I don't gotta unless I walk out or something, or like unless somebody shows up in my house, and then I'll be like, I can be in my feels, and it's kind of a good feeling. But then it's also a bad thing because I sit in sorrow and I'm just like looking out the window, like hello. Somebody like check on me.
You know, that's what I was kind of trying to say, but didn't know how to say earlier when we were talking about like we work the next day. It was like we have to pretend. Well, you have to pretend a little bit too, because you're gonna be like, oh, really? You did that again? That's so amazing.
100th time that Maya will show me her snow gloves. Like,
Exactly. You have to do it too, but there's love in there. Where I have no love for none of the idiots that I have to talk to on a day-to-day basis. Like when I tell you, I used to tell CJ about it, that I feel like at least once or twice an hour I'm going like, wow, what an idiot. Wow, what an idiot.
Corporate world is
building. He's like, wow, you weren't kidding. Like you really do. Or like every 5 minutes.
I just work here. Play a role, you know. I just think it's like an act. I mean, I go in there, I play a role, and end scene, I go home. And
you
then
guys talk
myself.
to customers, right?
Yeah.
Or,
No, not me. I work with technicians.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to talk
So
to
it's
other
not-
people.
Yeah.
so-
It's kind of like, oh, dang, you want to like socialize during the week? That's crazy.
I like people, though. I mean, I like people. I like my job. It's just, yeah.
I hate people.
I don't like
Sometimes I have to fix my face because it's some of the stuff is ridiculous, and my face, like I might not be saying it, but my face is saying it, and I have to remind myself to fix my face. That's like the one thing that I had to learn once I came out with like people facing.
I'll say when I did used to like work in person and all that stuff, I did love it. I did do the scene act where I go in and I'm like, you know what, today, let's go action. Like, hello, welcome. Like, how can I help you? Great. And then go home and just like cry in my car and like whatever. But then also like it's a great escape from like reality sometimes too, because you do have to put on this whole face and act and all this stuff and get away from the drama. Like, put your phone away, get away from the drama, get away from whatever else you got going on. And you're this happy, bubbly person helping this person, helping that person. So
It is very true.
It's it can go either way. Or, you know, in front of
I have
people,
2
customer
jobs.
service.
Yeah.
And you
Right,
also
I
do
always
stuff
forget.
behind it.
And I try to avoid people as much as possible. Don't ask me we have something, because I will go to the back and check my phone, and then I will tell you that we don't have it unless I actually see it. And then I work with machines. I don't talk to people, and I love it.
So speaking of talking, let's talk about 2023 that just passed, that just happened. January flew by like ridiculously fast. But we're
Dang.
still gonna recap what
I feel like January took forever.
it did take forever. But now that we're in February, I feel like it flew by.
Yeah.
January's like get your life right, set your goals, stick to your goals. We're watching you. Are you still doing your goals? February. No, you're not doing your
Horrible.
goals.
Right.
So
I
January
just
drives.
realized how much I hate January.
I like January's like Monday.
Hey, don't knock
January-
January. You know what January
Monday.
is for you.
It is
like
the
a long
Monday of the
Monday.
year. It's the
your
Monday of the
reset,
year.
It's your cleanup. It's your.
I'm like, oh my gosh, we're
did you do
here.
what you said you're gonna do. Yeah.
That's your special month.
Oh, I did get married
Oh,
in January.
That's why when you went like this, I'm like, oh, she's gonna talk about it.
You know what's funny? Like, even because, okay, I got married last year, 2023. So literally January was my 1 year anniversary of being married. And wow, love that. I was ready for it to be over. Like, we've been together for it's our 1 year anniversary for our wedding, but technically our 6 year anniversary. It's been 6 years, and while it is wonderful that we made it to 1 year, well, like, where were we gonna go? Like, where was he gonna go? I don't know where he, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's my mindset kind of now. It's like we did celebrate it. We went out and we had a great time. Cool. But I was just kind of like, I just kind of wanted to get the first year out. Like, I was just like, I feel like it felt like a bigger deal.
It was like pressure.
Yeah.
Like, are you guys gonna last?
Like the honeymooners, how long
Not
is stuff
even
on the
that.
stage?
Like, it felt like because it was the first year, like, low key in my head, I was expected only by my brain to do something grand for it. Like, oh, let's go away on a weekend and let's do this and let's do that. And I didn't want to because it's January.
Oh my God.
Like, I wanted to just wanted it to go.
How do you feel about 2023?
It was good.
You got married too.
I
We
did.
both got married in 2023.
We did. I got married in October.
Mm-hmm.
I loved it. Fall wedding. Never again. I was so happy it's over. So happy.
Yeah, I feel like
I
people don't
feel
talk about that
relieved.
enough.
What?
Like, how beautiful it is when it's over.
Yes, it's amazing. I feel like I can breathe. And she warned me and I didn't believe her. She's like, oh, when it's over, you can breathe. I was like, When it was over, I felt like a whole new person.
I remember talking to you and being like, because my wedding, again, January, yours, like, when mine ended, now you were starting into the madness of like, oh, my wedding is coming up in like a couple months. So, and I remember telling you, I was like, I can't wait for your wedding to be over. And you looked at me like I was delusional.
Yeah.
You looked at me like I was like, you're so rude. And I was like, no. Like, when it's over, you're going to breathe a different type of air.
Yeah. I'm never doing it again. It was great, amazing, worth every penny. But
Just the stress of planning.
yeah, and just, it just don't.
It's a lot. It's a big
It's a lot.
day. It's a lot going on.
Yeah.
I feel like,
All eyes on you.
yeah.
Yeah, and I don't really like attention like that. So.
Yeah. For you.
2023 was a lot of growth for us, I guess. Like for me as a mom, it's like my baby's driving and then my other baby is off on her own. So on that side, like that part of my life, there was a lot of change because a big part of my identity was being their mom, because I feel like I grew up with them because I had them so young, right? So now that they're on their next stage, it was a really big change for me to see that for them. I was really happy, of course, because like I remember holding my baby Sarah when she was born. I was like, how am I gonna make you into a big person? I used to think like holding her and feeding her, just wondering like, how do you get to be a full-grown person? And then it just happened. It felt like overnight. So I know that I hit a lot of milestones there on that side of my life. And for my relationship with Angelo, I think we hit a lot of growth too, because we've been together for so long that you think that you don't learn anymore, or you just kind of get into a lot of pattern. But I found that I continue to grow as a person and I become a better partner, and I think he does too. So I'm really excited about that. But 2023 also was a lot of sadness for us too, because we lost Archer. I got a tattoo, my baby boy.
I love that.
I love that.
Yeah, so 2023 was kind of a big thing, and there was a lot of changes, but I welcome them. I'm really excited for this year, 2024. I'm excited all the time because it's a privilege.
Yeah.
You tell us 2023.
Yes.
Yeah.
You were busy.
2023 was a year. I had my son.
Yay. Our
First
first
boy.
nephew. Our
First
first nephew.
boy. Yes. So I have 3 girls and 1 boy. So I just had JJ in July. So half of 2023, I was pregnant, and it started off so cute. Oh my gosh, I was adorable, my little belly, and then like, oh my gosh, we have the baby, the gender reveal, and it's a boy, and it's so cute, and then we get into it more and have the baby shower and all that, and I was just dying because this boy was so big. And I remember one specific night, it was like a few days before I went to the doctor and had my membranes.
Fun.
Yeah,
Stripping your
stripping.
membrane.
Yes. It was a few days. I literally sat on the bed in tears, and I was crying to Jesse, and I'm just like, I just want my son to come already. I just want him here. I can't wait to just hold him. I'm so tired of being pregnant. I can't wait till this ends. So, like, it just dragged. That was like the longest pregnancy of my life. He was my biggest thing. Like, so to have him in July and the way that he came, that'll be on my YouTube. Watch my YouTube video of him being born. That'll be a whole nother thing. It'll be in the description. But but that was a whole nother thing in itself because that was a whole show. But having him enter and just change my whole family dynamic was crazy and beautiful and experience. And for the fact that like sometimes he looked like my dad, it just like melts my heart. And he just melts my heart in general. Like he's literally the little love of my life, and I love him so much. And then on top of that, traveling, like we went to Colorado and stuff again, and I went snowboarding for the first time, which was really fun. So 2023 was fun. It felt so good to not be pregnant anymore. It felt so good to just have my baby, to have my family, and then to be healthy, everybody be healthy and everything. And then to get back to myself and to start working out again and like just get the baby weight off. Like I'm trying so hard to feel like the old me again. Like I want to listen to old music. I want to listen to or like do old things. Like I love like skating. I want to go line dance. Like I want to feel like me again versus like a big bubble that's like so hindered. Because when you're pregnant, like you can't do much. Like I was scared walking down the steps. I was scared to do anything. Like being pregnant, it hinders you so much sometimes. So to feel like me again, and now he's about to be 7 months soon, and I'm working out harder, and we're planning to go line dancing. We're doing stuff like this again. Like I'm feeling like me, like Mariah, not just mom Mariah, but like Mariah. Freedom. So yeah, so 2024 is gonna be.
We're gonna have like nice trips.
Yeah.
Yes.
And yes, we're planning like nice trips and stuff. And speaking of trips, now since we were talking about weddings and like doing all that stuff, not saying that anything's planned or in the works or anything like that, but I would love to, if I ever do, possibly have a destination wedding. Why do y'all feel about that?
Just let me know in advance.
Yeah, like
Very in advance. Like
Well,
we can save up and
obviously.
actually afford it in advance.
The way my PTO works and stuff.
Because I would love to have just like close, like
Well,
very,
like
very
where?
close family and friends. Maybe like Costa Rica.
Costa Rica?
Dubai, like some kind of.
She said
island.
Dubai.
That's what I'm legit.
Dubai.
Like, so I'm letting y'all know this. Like I don't
Bougie.
want like a
Bougie.
no, like
Bougie.
but I'm saying like I want a destination. I think that would be beautiful. The whole family flying overseas together, staying in little huts and all this stuff. Like that would be a beautiful thing for the whole family to experience. And family who actually like supports my relationship, who's in my, like who has been around my circle. Like we don't want to pay for randoms and this and that. Like so, a destination wedding I think would be really, really nice if it happens. I don't know, but it's just a thought. I've been watching a lot of like vlogs and people traveling. Like, that would be cute.
Just let me know in advance.
Yeah. Like I saw this one couple. They were so cute. They're like in their early 20s. Shout out to Dante and Coyote because y'all are adorable. They got married in Thailand.
Oh.
And the video was like I think it was like 5-minute video or something of their wedding. But when I say I cried at just the genuine beauty, like she barely had any makeup on. I think she does ballet or something like that. But she had her hair in like a bun. She had on this pretty like plain white dress. And they had their whole family out there in Thailand, and they were like under a waterfall in one scene, and then another they were like on the top of like a hill, and you just saw the green. Like it was so gorgeous. I was like, I couldn't even fathom like actually seeing the realization of that place in real life, and let alone to be there and have my family there and friends and everybody experience that with you. Like it was absolutely gorgeous.
Coming soon to you.
Hopefully. We'll see. Jesse.
I think we could normalize like smaller intimate weddings.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because like once you start planning a wedding, because I watched you guys do it, and I
yeah.
ran the other way really quick.
You'll know who your family and your friends are.
Yeah,
I'll say that.
Can I point on that too? Like let's
Cheers.
normalize the small intimate weddings where you're not paying and wasting your money on the fake people and friends who just want to show up and show
And
face.
family.
For sure.
Like they just want to show up to be in the pictures. They just want to show up to be like, oh yeah, we went to so and so's wedding. Da-da-da. But one, you don't know my man. You don't know my relationship. What are my kids' names? Can you even say that? No. So why am I gonna invite you to my wedding? Like, why are you gonna?
I
come
learned that a
here?
lot at
Like,
my wedding too.
Tell us how you feel.
I'm so over like family. Who are family?
Obligation.
That's
It's not a
great.
family
We love
reunion.
you. It's not a family reunion.
No, I'll tell you that.
Paying $3 for a plate.
I had to have that
Come on.
conversation like multiple times. Like I remember when the whole when the whole wedding planning started for us. I remember sitting CJ down. I was like, "Let me tell you something.
Yes.
Our wedding is not the day for me to meet people.
And-
It's really not.
Sorry
I
to cut
don't
you
want."
off. Just to say too, the husband and wife are the main people of the wedding. Yeah. Your mama's not inviting friends. Your auntie's not inviting her cousin from last Christmas. No.
I'm gonna keep my mouth shut.
I'm just saying, the husband and the wife, like, be a bridezilla, be a groomzilla. It's your day. Y'all are the
right.
ones paying for it.
Damn
Mostly
right.
now in this generation, because you know how, like, back in the day, like, the bride's parents would pay for the whole wedding and throw money out. That's not happening anymore these days.
Oh, well, no.
Y'all are working your hard butts
I'm
off
sorry,
to
kids,
pay
no.
for these weddings and all that stuff. So
No.
let it be who you want at your wedding, who you're going to have fun with, who's going to... Sorry. But I'm just saying, because a lot of people got a lot to say about other people's relationships and other things and all that stuff. And, like, I'm
No,
not...
I feel you.
No.
I had
I
the same
feel
thing
like-
for my wedding.
Yeah,
People
I feel
kept
like-
telling me what to do. Oh, can you bring this uncle? Can you bring this? And I told them straight up, no, you're gonna pay. You give me the money for their table.
Exactly.
And even if then I don't know you, your mill doesn't know you, so why am I gonna invite
Exactly.
I just remember setting real rules. Like, literally, our rules were: if I haven't seen you in the last year, you're not invited. If I talk to CJ, like if I say a name to CJ and he has no clue who I'm talking about, even if I go like, oh, the person we saw at blah, and he's just like, not invited, because clearly if he doesn't remember them or I don't remember them, they're not that close. Like we is not that close. And you know, CJ's a people person. We all know very much so. He will be like, oh, that person's my dog, man. I know I can count on them. I'm like, really? How do you know them? Oh, I lent them a
Where they
pencil
at?
in second grade. I'm like, that's so crazy. They're not invited. Sorry, sir.
Yeah.
So we did have to set rules to kind of limit that number. And I feel like that's something with the newer generation in general now,
Yeah.
because we don't have that trust fund from our parents that are paying for the wedding. It's just like, hey, like I can only afford so much. Weddings also, come to find, I'm from Puerto Rico. Like weddings in Puerto Rico is not that expensive as they are in the US. Like I was dumbstruck. I was not the day that I want to be like, oh my gosh, hi, nice to meet you. Thank you for
If you gotta
coming.
meet a relative at your
Yeah.
own wedding, that's not the
You're
place.
not
If you have a family reunion, you invite them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. You pay for all this.
Yeah.
Like,
I had
Crazy.
people do that and people not show up after I paid for them and they didn't tell me why.
I feel
He
like
just didn't show up.
yeah, that's just so
That's why
disrespectful.
I cut them.
Yeah.
I don't. If friends, family, I don't care. I don't have time. Don't waste my time. Don't waste my money. Don't waste anything. We're all grown. And if you're gonna do this to me on my day,
Yeah.
goodbye.
Yeah.
That's
I feel like even they're probably like
Sorry.
looking
Sorry,
at
not
the,
sorry.
They're probably looking at the invitation like, oh, you know, well, she's so and so's cousin of cousin and da da da. We shouldn't go. Like just how you would look at them like, oh, well, I didn't invite them anyway. So and so wanted me to invite them. Like,
Yeah.
So it's like just don't come.
I'm gonna elope.
Yeah.
It's called
Elope.
Just
I encourage the
When
eloping.
people say, "Oh, you always elope," but like you know, you always want to have one. So I mean,
Yeah.
But
I
if
think
you
that
really
I'm
should, I would probably. Actually, no, I'm not gonna say that because
No,
I
I
like.
think the
Maybe not.
the thing is, I think the longer you're together and the longer you didn't do that, it's like you start to try to figure out like why would you even have to do that. So it's kind of
It's a
Yeah.
hassle.
that's kind of where we're at because we're like, what's gonna change except
Yeah.
for my last name?
Literally nothing.
That's about it.
For like
Yeah.
a straight month to 2 months after we got married, people are like, "How's married life?" I was like, "It's the same."
The idea, the attention, it just makes me so nervous, and I just feel like, oh my god, they're gonna be watching us doing all this.
Well, that's why I say too, like, even if you guys do elope, it's still getting married is still a celebratory occasion.
Yeah, for sure.
So celebrate it with those who want to celebrate it with you. Like if you're going to be nervous about your Uncle Jack from 1952 seeing your man for the first time and all this stuff, like why Uncle Jack? Like, I'm gonna hang out with her, like, or you know, like, who's gonna party it up with me? Like, the people who are
gonna celebrate you.
Yeah, the people who are celebrating, the people who are genuinely happy for you, not who's just like, oh, well, she finally got married. That's it. No, like, forget you. You ain't coming. Like, if you're really gonna come celebrate with me, then come celebrate. But don't hate. Don't throw no shade.
Nice.
Don't be talking crap about me at my wedding. Don't be, you know, like, people are just gonna see the trashy. So
That's the vibe now moving forward with like I said, like younger generations in general are now seeing it like, no, like, why would you come?
Say no. Like, I feel like now, and even like this is the year I'm growing personally into myself of just being okay with saying no. Like, say no. It's
And
okay.
that's very powerful.
Yeah.
Because it's not easy. I feel like that's one of the connections that kind of like made this group also too, like us being more comfortable with opening up with one another and like talking about how we're feeling our day-to-day lives and kind of realizing too, like, we all relate on the day-to-day things we go through, so there must be it must be a common thread to where we can talk about it and know that there's going to be people that relate to not wanting to go through, like, saying like, no, I'm not going to invite your cousin that I've never met in my entire life, you know. Relate to, hey, I've been in a relationship for this amount of time that I don't really care for a wedding, you know. And I feel like that, like, learning to growing, like, amongst each other, like, being graceful, learning how to say no, learning how to speak up for ourselves.
And we all support each other in doing that.
Yeah. I feel like we were all sisters-in-law, but we never like actually became like sisters until last year.
Facts, because we have been around for a minute with each other.
Yeah.
But we have never been this
I've,
close.
I've been around for like 9 years.
Yes, like, legit.
I remember when you guys were little.
Yes. Basically, I mean, like, Ria's been around for 9 years. Emily's been around for 6 years. But we've never hung out just like that. Like, we have a group chat. Like, it would only be like, okay, it's a family dinner. Oh, a family occasion. But now we, like, hit each other up. Like, yo, come over. Yo,
What you doing?
What you doing? Like, let's do this. Oh, like, I hit up Ria and be like, yo, you getting off work? You want to swing by Ross? Like, like, we hit each other up now. And why? Like, why did it take this long? Like, what clicked?
Well,
Okay, go ahead, because I think I know where you're going with this.
because I had the fortune to have somebody at my job be like, yo, men suck. And I was like, don't they? And it's like, I realized that they do suck. And then I was like, hey, Ria, don't men kind of like suck? And then you were like,
Don't call me kid. Don't call me. I was having a whole meltdown.
I feel like you
when
and
she
I,
asked me about it, and I was in the middle of a meltdown, and I was like,
to Jasenia, and I was like, don't men like suck? And Jasenia was like, I mean, I don't think so. I was like, but like, think about it. Think about it though. Don't they kind of like suck? And you were like, I guess. I was like, Mariah, don't men suck?
It was at my house one night. Yeah. We had a long talk one night, and she brought up the whole men suck situation, and we just got into it. So this one over here,
I was like,
suck. Let's talk about it together.
Well, because shout out to my coworker Deborah, because she was kind of like the one that brought this on me. Not just the fact that men suck, but it's just the fact that as women we go through so much trying to like get used to being in a relationship with a guy. Not that they don't go through their own share of things trying to get used to us, but it is a whole thing trying to get used to this person that thinks entirely different from me.
For sure.
Behaves differently than me, feels differently than me. But we all are also taught as women to keep that in ourselves, to keep relationship problems with your relationship. You don't talk about it with other people. You don't talk about it. We just don't talk about it. But as women, we need to.
We gotta get it off our chest.
We need to be able to talk about it so that we don't kill them. You know. So I learned that through her, and I learned through her just how important and how healthy it was for my relationship for me to be able to talk about like the things that I was going through. And I was like, wait, if I'm feeling this way, who's to say that the people that I know who are also in these situations aren't feeling it that way? And like for you guys, for example, it goes also into an entirely different level. There's just so much that I feel like we all needed to talk about when I thought about your individual, like not relationship, but situations in life, in your day-to-day. And I was like, who does Rhea talk to? I found myself thinking, like, who does Rhea talk to when she's having a bad day? Who does Mariah talk to when she's losing her mind? You know, I mean, you guys probably talk to each other. Yeah, to each other. But how those different perspectives come together, and sometimes we look at each other like, no, you're kind of being a little crazy.
Men be cute though.
They be
like,
cute.
Because when they stand there dumbfounded about how we're reacting to something, it's kind of cute.
It's kind of
like,
cute.
He's so confused, you know. But he'll tell me, he's like, you are the only person that could do this. That could do this and be like, be okay.
And we love them. We love them. I love CJ to death, but he also drives me to death. Like, he drives me crazy. And talking about it just became such an important thing, and I was like, oh my gosh, like, I feel like I need to reach out to the people that are close to me. For sure. But we haven't been that close because we're not talking about the things that we could be talking about.
Yes. Yeah. And plus, we found out
was
we
a
all
good
like to
explanation.
talk shit.
Yeah.
Beep that
I
out.
was like, I want to talk shit.
You know, we
100%.
sip tea. We sip tea all day. I side-eye a lot, and like, I'll be quiet. But if you ask me.
It happened in the year of the Barbie movie because, you know, it just needed to happen.
Barbie movie, man.
I don't care what y'all say. The reason the Barbie movie exists is precisely because of this, because of everything that we as women go through. I know y'all wanted it to be like, oh my God, I got kidnapped and the prince has to save me, but it wasn't that. It was an actual like feminism movie, and it was beautiful, and it's also part of what we go through. I feel like the first time all four of us like got together, it was really like, I've been waiting to talk about this.
Yeah. Let me tell you something.
That's what 2023 was for me. It was a time for womanhood. It was a time of self-growth and a time for travel, because I took like 4 cruises.
So there's a concert.
We went to like 3 concerts together, didn't we? No, like
we went to Jonas Brothers like a week before my wedding.
Yeah.
I did not care.
We saw Miss Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
We saw Ed Sheeran.
Yeah.
We went to see Joe Jonas. DJ, that was an experience. Yeah. But you know, we was there.
I never thought that I'd be in a group chat with the girls, I thought. Because I always felt like I was a little older, and I felt like maybe I couldn't connect with you girls at times. But then I was like, no. And
We constantly forget your age.
At the end of the day, like, we should all turn to each other and lean on each other, because we're family, and we're all in the same situations. Like, you tell me something about D, you tell me something about CJ, I tell you guys something about Jesse and the kids or whatever. You bring something about Yamil, because we all know Yamil is with CJ and you're with us, and like, it's all just, it all clicks, and we're all so let's all lean on each other like sisters.
That's how this group came to be, and we are ready to get this podcast running for the long run.
So stick with us.
Stick us with the tea. We're just getting comfortable.
Thank you so much for tuning in,
Thank you so
and
much
see you
for
next
tuning in.
time.
Make sure to subscribe. Make sure to like. Leave your comments down below, and we'll see you guys.
Ask us questions, man. Anything.
Ask us questions, and we will definitely bring up the tea. If you want to drop some names,
I'll drop them.
Drop the names.
I'll drop them
for you. We'll be
too ready.
One time that David did with Sasha and
If there's some tea,
Oh my God, spill
if you got tea dust and you want
thirsty.
and we'll see you in the next video, guys.
See you.
Ciao.
Bye.
Don't even ask me